Okay. So are you then demanding of her that she convert to your particular variety of Christianity then, as such, or what exactly? Mm. Mm. So, interesting idea. Are the Jews under it? Uh, are are modern day Jews still under it? Are modern day Jews still under it? Interesting. Okay, let's see. Where are we here? I probably should get my voice reminders back on, or whatever it is. Hang on. Okay, there we go. I can let other people know that there's a, well, that's all I was looking for. take it. Showing no one's watching, whatever. Hmm. Okay, so anyway, there are no such things as gods. And yeah, Adam, Eve, Abraham, Isaac, Joseph, David, Saul, Moses, Jesus, Muhammad, and the Buddha never existed. Okay, somebody appears to have shown up. So, welcome, OG. Okay, it says there are such things as gods. Whatever. OG, I don't think I can hear you. Are you talking? Okay. Anyone else here? And welcome, Rev. So, oh, why didn't that work? Here, you can should be able to broadcast yourself. There you go.
Got it. Thank you.
Well, fingers crossed. Well, not if you already need to let her.
Damn it.
I think I have an appointment with Ellen Lord coming up at sometime in early March.
For what? What's up?
I don't know what it's for. I think it's for a doctor. I don't know exactly what their doctor does.
I get a mic test?
Yeah, you sound good, OG. We hear you.
Yeah, we hear you now. Yeah.
Oh,
we hear you.
yeah, I was trying to brag about my new headset. Nice introduction there of my new headset. I have to hook it through USB. I finally found a little dongle was hidden inside. Oh, I'll show you, just in case you guys are curious. Because I put a rush order on these, and they showed in the setup. They showed in the
We
setup
couldn't
for them.
see that. Oh, it's a Logitech AG100, isn't it? Okay.
It's a good little headset then.
Those are the
yeah.
ones you got, isn't that, Nadia?
Well, mine's kind of not really working anymore. The battery's fried or something.
Oh, the batteries on these. How long does it last? I mean, before you have to recharge, is it really 6 hours or?
It used to last a pretty good while, but I don't think it's I guess maybe early 2012 or something like that was when I got it.
Yeah, I'm glad you found what you needed, OG, because I felt bad for you. You know, you got the new headset and you couldn't use it, so I'm glad you found it, man.
Yeah, so I twisted the little. Oh, you know what? I went and looked at a couple how-to videos on YouTube, and the first two weren't very helpful. Then I found one that was like only a minute long or something, and they showed the guy popping the other earpad thingy off, and there's a little storage plate. I didn't even look to see what else was in there, but I grabbed the little dongle out and plugged them in, and they seemed to work. But still getting used to them because there are little app buttons I can activate. When I think I'm turning the volume up, I can like leave the room and some weird things like that. I've got to get used to that. I just kind of want to learn to keep my hands off of them.
I got you. Well, I'm just glad you got them working, because
Yeah.
I know it can be frustrating to, you know, get something new and it's like, oh shit, now I can't use it. So
Yeah, and then once I got it figured out, I had a nasty cold for a day or two, and I was too sick yesterday to really come on and try. I tried it for a few minutes, and I was like, gave up real quickly. I just wasn't feeling it.
Okay. Yeah. Why are you using the dongle and not Bluetooth?
Bluetooth, I don't know. It's my computer. Everything else picks up everything else, but it's not picking up the Bluetooth. And this USB, I can wander into the other room and it still works.
yeah, I would recommend you not use the Bluetooth because you get better audio quality if it's on the dongle. So, you know.
Oh, is that right? I wondered about that. I think my Bluetooth on this computer is not the best. It's like a 2012 model. It was top of the line when I bought it, but
I suspect you. There's something odd about that idea, but anyway.
well, it didn't have.
Oh,
Shameless. Hi. It didn't have like USB 3.0 ports or anything like that. So it's like, if I'd held out for another 6 months, I would have gotten quite a bit more, but I felt I'd waited too long.
Oh, welcome, Seamus.
Hi, Shameless.
Oh.
I was looking at Shameless's that video. Before I didn't get to watch it though earlier about oh goodness, with something to do with Matt Slick and a syllogism of Matt Slick's. I'm gonna go watch that real quick. Hopefully Seamus will hang around.
Okay. Well.
So, let's talk about the state of the Christian YouTube community and G+ community here. Do we see a lot of unity here? No. That makes me very sad. You know what I mean? This whole stuff with G-Man and Fiona, and, you know, is this a good representation of what Christians are supposed to be? I don't think so.
Or if, yeah. it's one idea, and if we don't have much material on that, then I always talk about well, the fact that there are no such things as gods.
Okay. I mean, you can keep asserting it if you want to, Nadia. I know it's fun for you, so keep going. But I'm not going to respond to that shit anymore because it's dumb.
I just can't get it. I will find a good argument. I've come close to finding an argument that, but I just don't quite know how to embrace it yet.
Well, the atheist precept is just as stupid as a Christian precept, you know. I believe in Christian precept, you know, the precept arguments because I'm a Christian, but it's not an argument against atheism. You know what I mean? It's just saying, okay, this is the way I see it. God is the foundation of logic. Done. You know, it's not an argument, in my opinion.
Yeah. Well, I don't think you need too much of a precept there. I mean, at the very least, oh, and welcome, Fresh. My hands are full. Can you broadcast Fresh?
I got him.
So
well, I know you have your arguments, like right, the Quentin Smith thing.
Oh, so you go that far. I mean, for the Christian God, can pretty easily establish that. Well, Romans chapter 1 verse 20 is contradicted by the impossibility of any kind of evidence for omnipotent God, right? So
You're taking it out of context, and you know it. This is why I don't like this is why I don't like discussing scripture with you anymore, Nadia. Because you consistently, constantly take verses from the Bible and put your own spin on them. You twist them, you manipulate them. That's why I'm not going to talk to you about scripture at this point because it's not productive.
Well, it actually varies by, I guess, particular Christian. So, what is it? You take it only as addressed to, I guess, the Church of Rome or whatever, or something else?
What about the Church of Rome? I think it seems. I mean, if there's no better church to argue from for you know, various proofs, and if one wants to, you know, call upon certain authorities. But so I don't know if you mentioned the Roman Church, but that's probably one of the robust ones to try to pick on.
Well, it would have to do with that the Romans chapter 1 verse 20 was addressed only to the Church of Rome as one of the various apologetics for that, right? Go ahead. Well, you could always go up against, what is it, your notions of patriarchy or some such too. Go ahead.
Well, it seems in modern YouTube, like, it's in this particular corner of YouTube, it started out with the debate between atheists and theists, and when the whole atheism plus thing started, it's since then it's basically become more about feminists versus anti-feminists, and the sort of the debate of theists versus atheists has sort of been pushed to the sideline, in a sense.
Well, I don't really get what that part comes about from, but yeah, if somebody wants to raise that one, it always can be raised, but or what is it? First Timothy chapter 2, verses 8 to 15.
Well,
Always a fun
I've told you about what's going on with Jenny McDermott and Armored Skeptic, right, Nadia?
Well, yeah, I don't really endorse her notions of, I guess, falsely accusing of rape or whatever. Yeah.
Hashtag Armored Rape Gate. Yeah, Jenny is basically a Jenny is basically a combination of Venom Fang X and Brett Keane, essentially. I know you like Brett Keane, but I don't.
No, I don't agree with him. There's God, but anyway.
Yeah, but I mean, did you see that she got her main channel terminated?
She got her main channel.
God. Yeah, she got her main channel. It was removed for a flag, and she's basically because she teams up with this with Bewildered Ape, who you might know of, or aka Cyrus Kiss, and they basically Bewildered Ape shtick is to do satire. So his attempt at satire is what he calls mirroring, which Jenny has learnt from him, which is to essentially get what they perceive as things that are done by the other side and just mirror it back at them. And this is why they also take things that people say and they later use them to get under their skin. Like if someone says, like, for example, she's suggested that Woolly Bumblebee was beating her children because Woolly Bumblebee had earlier said that if someone suggested that she beat her children, then that would be a bad thing. And she also made dox threats against me because I had earlier expressed my concern about being doxxed. So it's basically their attempt at what they call performance art, or it's a satire attempt essentially. But it's a satire attempt that basically has led them to burning most of their bridges on YouTube.
Okay, I just got my headset back. What just happened?
Oh, well, I was talking about Jenny. You know who Bewildered Ape is, right?
Do I know who what is?
Bewildered Ape on YouTube.
No.
He's this guy. His real name is Cyrus Kiss. He lives in Greystanes, New South Wales, which is about an hour's drive away from me. And he basically has this stick on where he like pretends that he's an ape and that he's mimicking human behavior. His satire technique is something that he's taught Jenny. It's something that he calls mirroring, which he basically takes what he perceives as something that the other side has done and then mirrors it back at them. Like, for example, there was that thing about him mocking Thunderfoot's father dying of cancer, which was his attempt at mirroring, and there was also his participation in the accusation of rape against Armored Skeptic, but he also mirrors what people say about them, like concerns that they put out. Like, I expressed my concern about being doxxed, and so Jenny has been making dox threats against me lately in order to get under my skin. And Woolly Bumblebee said that if someone suggested that she was beating her children, then that would be like crossing the line, essentially. So Jenny McDermott has now been, going on about how she was beating her children. And it's basically their technique of mirroring. It's their way of getting under people's skin. But they view it as they view it as satire, essentially. And that's their shtick. And they basically trolled the YouTube community for a long time.
Okay. Was people have an issue with this, or like copyrighted their things or something, or what?
Well, no. It doesn't. What do you mean copyright anything?
I don't know. I mean, what's the issue?
Well, the issue is that these people have attacked and slandered many people on the YouTube community in their time. Like, I could list off people. They've done it to Thunderfoot, the Amazing Atheist, Sargon of Akkad, JJ Talks, Head and Armored Skeptic, Justin Templar, Exiled, Ozyar, who you've met in my hangout, and a few other people, Woolly Bumblebee. They've attacked and slandered a lot of people on YouTube, and I really wish they would fucking go away.
Well, it doesn't sound very much like the kind of thing I'm into.
Yeah, I think his point is, and I don't follow this whole feminism thing on YouTube or anything, but I think his point is that the representation of feminism on YouTube fucking sucks. I think that's his point, right?
Well, so far it does, yeah. There used to be this group of feminists on YouTube called Progressive Alliance, and they were a Facebook group, and they had this secret conversation. This was back in before June, when we'll get to that actually. But this group included Hannibal the Victor 13, Sequester Zone, Captain Andy, Jenny McDermott, Will Blade, Laughing Witch, JJ Talks, Harmony, and Imp, as they're known now. It included quite a bit of people, but they were basically harassed. They were very dogmatic social justice warriors, and they would attack anyone accused of wrong things. So they attacked, their main target was Thunderfoot, but they also attacked The Peach, Deb Shell 2, Dick Copland, Abominable History Man, Gary Edwards, and there was eventually this group basically imploded on itself, and there was a whole civil war because of this breakup that these two people in the group had, and people took sides, and there was a whole big meltdown. But when the group existed, they were attacking anyone on YouTube who would disagree with their wrong think, and they were shrinking their bubble ever more as time went on, because they were burning a lot of bridges. A lot like Jenny McDermott and Will Blade are doing now.
Reminds me of a lot of fundamentalist Christians, actually. That's kind of bizarre.
I take it I mean, is there some kind of like this factual dispute, or what's exactly?
Well, it's not necessarily. It used to be about an argument about ideology to some extent, but these days it's basically just become a pissing contest because people are attacking each other's characters. And after the whole Laughing Witch Thunderfoot debacle happened in October, there was this whole doxing and flagging war. Like, there was this one group that was associated with Jenny McDermott, which included John Horse, Will the Dave, Laughing Witch, Robert W., Buxom, Kevin Logan, and there was this other group that was mainly Justin Templar and a couple of people who we talked to, and they were basically doxing and flagging each other, because one person would dox someone or flag them, and then they would dox the other side would dox and flag someone else's revenge, and there was this whole big war that was going on at that point.
Doesn't sound like kind of thing I get involved with either. Like, I don't know, factual things or whatever, or some kind of debate or whatever. I might try to.
But that's unfortunate. Yeah. That's unfortunately not really how it. That's unfortunately not really how it often works on YouTube, because people take disagreements in ideology really personally, and they attack each other's characters over disagreements in ideology.
Well, I'm gonna say it's kind of not where I end up going. I'd probably that's probably why the I don't know thing doesn't end up actually being interesting. Or I mean, though I might have stance on the issue, I kind of don't really get involved with that kind of nature or whatever it is of discussion.
Yeah, that's probably why you don't have, like, 40,000 plus subscribers, right? So maybe, Nadia, what you could do is describe your brand of feminism, because obviously it's not what's being represented here on YouTube. So, I'm just trying to go with the flow, be a moderator here, or bring up subjects, because I don't pay attention to this shit myself. So,
Yeah, say I don't know. It's I guess syncretic, Marxist, anarchic, and I guess some, I guess a little bit of radical in there too. Although I would say not any kind of essentialist.
So Nadia, does your type of feminism, you said Marxist there, so do you have like sort of collectivist notions of class analysis and, applying class analysis to things like race and gender? Do you subscribe to that?
Well, of course, there is, yeah, definitely class analysis applied. I wouldn't, I don't know.
But you apply the Marxist analysis of class to things like race and gender.
Oh, I'd say so, yeah.
Oh, so yeah, that's basically what people generally mean when they say cultural Marxism. Because not everyone who has that has that principle is necessarily an economic Marxist.
That's not sure how you exactly distinguish with the economic, because
well, Marx's economic or class analysis wasn't originally intended to be applied to race and gender, because races and genders are biological categories as opposed to, classes.
doesn't really worry me. I mean, the class divisions and such were, always supervenient on, well, material aspects of affairs. So that including material aspects of our bodies, right?
I have a quick question for you, Nadia.
Go ahead.
Would you call you, well, how could I put it? Did you have capitalist leanings when you were earning money as a programmer?
Not really, no.
No?
No.
Okay, so I won't. Never mind. Go ahead.
I did not invest, for instance. I guess I did get underwater stock options, but so I guess in some way it wasn't really. didn't ask for them, but it's also a little bit of a moot point is whether I kind of like tried to apply principle or not. I mean, they were underwater.
So wait, Nadia, you're not a swerf, are you?
Well, no. I would say though that the sort of communistic ideal or whatever it is for the way resources are allocated and all that kind of ends up precluding exchange of exchange being the kind of basis of resources being granted or whatever. So
well, if I'm not incorrect, a communist analysis, they will view selling your labor as inseparable from you. So if you sell your labor, you're selling yourself, and thus any sort of work under a capitalist system is slavery. Any sort of work for money, that's where the term wage slavery comes from. Is that not correct?
Well, not really the angle I approach it from, at least. So the way it goes on, as I saw, was that where the principal distribution ends up not being goes on.
Nadia, listen to me. Your mic is shit. You need to change it to your laptop.
Oh fuck! Come on. Okay, there is background music here, whatever it is. So anyway, I'll try and run as fast as I can. So where the principle of how things are distributed is not on the basis of exchange, then sort of like opportunity or whatever you want to call it for, exchanging like sex for goods and services ends up kind of falling out. So in that respect, it would end up going away, but on the other hand, it ends up not really being an attack on like I guess people who end up doing sex work or whatever it is in capitalistic context. Go ahead.
When you're a Marxist feminist, then you have the feminist analysis, you put it foremost, so they seem to care especially a lot about sex work as opposed to other forms of work, even though I suppose they would be equal under this view of labor, right? But the thing is, they view it as sort of intersecting with the capitalistic patriarchal oppression of women, don't they?
Yeah. Yeah, it does. Yeah. Well, the thing is, it's not that the sex work is somehow insidious or whatever. It's rather the sort of capitalistic system gives rise to the guess you need to carry it out.
Well, yeah, I suppose I can see where you're coming from, although I definitely don't agree. But, a lot of swerfs are very outspoken, a bit like TERFs. They're like, they'll like TERFs say really derogatory things towards trans people, and a lot of swerfs will say like really derogatory things towards sex workers. Yeah, because I hate to bring her up again, but Jenny McDermott, she once made this video attacking someone who's actually a friend of mine, someone called Exile on YouTube, and she basically called her a whore in that video, and she used the word whore several times. The video was actually called Exiled Whore, and she was basically calling sex workers whores throughout that video, and it was a really disgusting video, and in fact, she couldn't even stand by it, and she later tried to claim it was satire. But you know, I see how you know, this is why one of the many reasons why I don't like radical feminists. I know there's a difference between radical feminists and third wave intersectionalists.
You Marxist?
Well, no,
or?
I guess. Well, I was going to say third wave intersectional feminists, but there's a difference between them and what you might call Marxist feminists, or a lot of them describe themselves as radical feminists, though. But because they tend to be a lot of these people are on the what you call, I don't know, Marxist or radical feminist side are TERFs and SWERFs, which are things that social justice warriors, which tend to be third wave intersectionalists, oppose. So these red fem types tend to be anti-social justice warrior. I mean, I don't like either ideology particularly, but they are somewhat different. So when people say, you know, SJWs are radical feminists and stuff, they're not entirely correct.
I guess one thing to raise is, I mean, to the extent, or while operating within a capitalist context, we're viewed in sort of a context that's quote unquote not there yet in terms of, you know, they're having a communist revolution or whatever you might call it. Okay.
Well,
how do I approach it then? Sorry?
Well, I used to be an anarcho-communist for some period, and I basically believe the same thing, that things like sex work and you know, should be legalized while still in a capitalist system. But if we presumably have a post-capitalist society, then the need for people to go into those fields won't exist anymore. So,
right. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
but
exactly.
I see that the problem with that I see is that it assumes that women would never want to go into sex work of their own accord, because a lot of women get paid like millions of dollars for like being in porn industry, for example, and there are a lot of sex workers who quite enjoy it, like quite enjoy their. I know a sex worker who on the internet who loves her work. So it's a bit of a fallacy to say that they wouldn't want to go into this field if it weren't for capitalism and the need to make money. But then they will also say, if you're talking to a Marxist feminist, they'll also say that they've been brainwashed by the patriarchal notions of or something like that, which to me seems deeply. There's definitely something wrong with that. It seems very anti-individualistic and. Yeah.
Oh, well, I mean, it's not that, you know, this system as now constituted couldn't you know, be for the advantage of someone who goes into sex work. It's the, you know, without that kind of system or whatever, it doesn't really buy you quite the same things.
No, but some people actually like having sex for money. Some people like having sex for a living, and you know, some people, you know, I mean, I'm not sure how exactly is the. I mean, there's no money, I guess, in a Marxist society, but I'm not sure exactly how.
Well, strictly speaking, there is such a thing as like market socialism or whatever, but I'm not for that. I go for more of calculation in kind and all that. Go ahead.
But yeah, I suppose you could say that people, it's not an essential job, right? So in Marxism, people would only need to work, you know, essential jobs in order to work, and I guess sex work wouldn't be one of those. Would that be correct?
I don't think the strictly being essential is, you know, some kind of like requirement things.
Well, like in a Marxist society, people wouldn't work for money, though. They just work to keep the society going, and everyone would get resources you know, to each according to its ability, to each according to its need, you know, that sort of thing, right?
No, no.
Yeah, so that's what I'm, yeah, but of course I don't agree with that position, but I understand where they're coming from.
Yeah, I mean, to the extent there might be some kind of surplus, whatever. Okay, then you could talk about, whatever it is, and have people like, I don't know, like professional in the arts and so on, right? And so moving on from that point, yeah, what are the arts can be sized? So,
Yeah.
trick is, of course, I mean, the allocation wouldn't be on the basis of, some kind of remuneration for the work per se, but rather, well, yeah, I guess, needs and kind of some kind of fair distribution of satisfaction of wants, whatever.
Yeah. But then I don't agree with the whole premise of Marxist philosophy, so I don't agree with any of this, but I can understand why you think that, if you might hold ideas that along those lines. Because I used to have similar ideas, but there are some like Marxist feminists who are against like who think that basically like these are like the extremist type feminists who think that like sort of like a lot of them are like against things like BDSM, for example, and some of them think that just any act of penetration of a woman by a man is an act of violence against that woman, and thus women should, it's sort of like the feminist version of MGTOW, basically, which is lesbian separatism, essentially, that women are going their own way and they only have sex with women because men are fucking up society and, that sort of thing.
Yeah, I know they're out there.
The radical sort of lesbian separatist type feminists used to have control over a lot of academia back in the day. These days it's mostly the third wave intersectional types, which I still don't agree with them with much on anything. I mean, I agree with them on some things, like I agree with them on sex work, although some of them are anti-sex work, but the majority of them would support sex workers' rights. And I agree with them on the transgender issue in principle, although I think some of the times they go a bit too far. But they're a world better than these radfem types, or lesbian separatist types. In fact, those types even get no platform now because they're too extreme for the sort of third wave intersectional types who are sort of running universities now.
Actually, at least the TERFs have like broader based like radical feminist organizations, and well, the TERFs could even possibly assemble
if you go to
like radical women. What's that?
Like if you have the university, student groups, university, women's groups and stuff, they generally don't like SWERFs and TERFs. Like a lot of SWERFs and TERFs have cancelled their appearances at universities because of protests by these groups, so they're generally not big fans.
Yeah. Yeah, radical women is like I don't know. Well, radical feminists who aren't SWERFs and TERFs.
Yeah. Well, I know radical feminist who is not a SWERF or a TERF. She's pretty cool. She's a dominatrix, actually, so she's not one of those man-hating types. But she's a bit of a minority. She's not really like there are a lot of I told you about man-cheese, right?
Yeah.
SWERF and TERF. Who's friends with Mice, and this other woman who's a red fan who's been trolling me for lately, whose name is Bunsum, aka Rona. I won't say her last name, but yeah, and I don't know if she's a TERF, but she's a SWERF, and she's been trolling the sex workers community online for some time. And her boyfriend, whose name is Robert W, aka Is No God, aka Cases and Materials, aka MRAs Exposed. He is a serial troll who has, trolled the more sex positive type community on YouTube for years, essentially, and yeah.
Yeah. I think Banshees posted comments on one of my videos, basically. Said something like, I don't know, boring stuff like I'm really a man or something.
Yeah, she usually, if a trans person is brought up on where and Manji is around, then she'll usually sort of go on rants about that.
Yeah.
She thinks that the skeptic feminist, laughing witch, and Kevin Logan are MRAs.
Okay.
But yeah, she's actually friends with I'm gonna bring her name up again. Sorry, Jenny McDermott. They got along. Like she was I was telling you about the group Progressive Alliance before. Jenny McDermott and Cyrus, her boyfriend, they were basically ostracized from Progressive Alliance for, supporting Manchis and other TERFs, and they were trying to claim that it was like a witch hunt, that people were like hunting transphobes out among their ranks, and they were trying to cleanse the. But I think Jenny McDermott at least is an actual, genuinely transphobic because she has attacked trans people for being trans several times, and he's also friends with Zachary Amaranth, who is a cyber stalker of trans people, who stalks them purely because of their gender identity, and that was one of the reasons why she was called out. Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe she's butthurt because a trans woman took one of her guys away from her or something. I don't know, but whatever. I know nothing about this stuff, so I just listen to it and I go bizarre stuff. I I don't know what to make of it all.
Yeah, well, I get pretty defensive against worse and tough, because I know several trans people and sex workers who I've met online. So I'm inclined to protect or to be defensive about those groups.
Yeah. Well, I would just say I would definitely classify myself as, I don't know, maybe a classical feminist, first wave. I'm for equal pay, equal rights for women, 100%,
Yeah, I would probably agree, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would, yeah. I mean, there are plenty of, I would identify with the classical feminist tradition, but it's like in about the 60s with the second wave that shit really started to get out of hand and the craziness started to come out. I mean, there was craziness in the movement before, but it wasn't as pronounced and wasn't really leading the movement. But then when the second wave happened, the craziness just came to the forefront.
Right. I mean, if we're defining feminism, quote unquote, as equal rights for women in pay and rights, I mean, how could anybody be against that? You know what I mean? But the craziness that I hear, and this is where Nadia can come in, like Anita Sarkeesian talking about, too many women's asses in video games and stuff like that. It's like, that seems pretty petty to me. If you're actually trying to fight for the cause,
well, Anita Sarkeesian, I mean, she's pretty much trolling everyone at this point with shit like strategic butt coverings. Yeah, she's just trolling people for money right now. But I mean, she's had quite a bit of influence over culture. I mean, the thing about SJW is that they enter subcultures like gaming and atheism and stuff, and they poison them, or at least attempt to poison them, and that's how the whole atheism plus thing happened. That was the whole reason that Gamergate happened, and yeah.
Well, thanks for that, because I don't pay attention to this stuff fresh, so thank you. Nadia, go ahead. Sorry.
Strictly speaking, I mean, a longer list of issues that go into atheism plus, I'm all for. So.
Well, I
like
went to
atheism
this,
plus, the right thing to call it. Sorry, go ahead.
I went to the Atheism Plus forum once, and for one, there was a trigger warning before every single forum post, and two, they say words like stupid and dumb are ableist, and they will, ban people from using them. So yeah, it's definitely a hug box, as they say. But hey, Nadia, you've had a lot of conspiracy theorists on these hangouts, haven't you?
Yeah, Von Helton used to show up pretty regularly too.
I'm one of them, buddy.
Do you know of a conspiracy theorist who used to be called Free Radio Revolution on YouTube, or Jeff C? I think he's called New World Order Agenda now. You heard of him?
No, never heard of him.
Well, he is he's one of those hoax-tard people who thinks Sandy Hook was a hoax, and whenever a shooting happens, it was a hoax and all that. But he's
that's
basically
bullshit. That's hardcore bullshit right there, bud.
But since early last year, he's been on a hardcore crusade against the LGBT community. Like every other video he makes about what he calls the LGBT agenda. And I think he's famous for saying that Rainbow Doritos are LGBT mind control, which was on The Drunken Peasant. And he called 2015 the year of the tranny. He really, really hates trans people. Like, he wants them to just die. Like, he hates them, absolutely. But
invite into my channel to debate them.
Absolutely, yeah. And see, that's the problem with certain people that espouse quote-unquote conspiracy theorist type views, right? That there's a lot of trolls out there. Yeah. And, that there are true conspiracies that do happen. I mean, in history, they've been talked about on this channel. Gladio, Gulf of Tonkin, they happen. But there's so many people out there that say so much stupid shit. It's discrediting all of it. You know what I mean?
I've been watching the sort of conspiracy theorist community on YouTube and they've basically been eating each other alive in the past few months. Like, it started out when there was this, remember the plane crash that happened in I think it was Taiwan. That was the TransAsia one that got caught on camera, on the dash cam. Well, a lot of people in the conspiracy theorist community thought it was a hoax, right? It was a CGI hoax, right? But this one guy, Jeff C, he thought it was a real event and not a hoax, right? And he got basically eaten alive by people who used to be his followers. Like, he used to have this radio show, this guy called Red Pill Revolution, but they had a falling out because of that. And later, that happened towards the end of 2014, right? And what happened in 2015 was the whole flat Earth thing started coming up, and there was this massive, you had these flat Earth channels like Eric Dubay, John LeBon, who else? Mark Sargent, Jaranism, all of them, and there was a split between the people who think the Earth is actually flat and the people who call it the flat Earth psyop, and they think it's a psychological operation by the government to make the conspiracy movement look bad. And there's one guy.
There you go. This is what I'm talking about. The insanity of the rabbit holes it goes down. It's just stupid. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
This guy Jeff C. He hates flat earthers, and he'll fucking rant at them for ages and just call them like he hates them absolutely. And he eventually got attacked for saying that the Paris attacks weren't a hoax and that people actually died and got hurt. I mean, there was still a false flag according to him, but people actually died, and he got set upon and attacked because of that, and he left YouTube for some time and then came back under a different name. But yeah, there's a lot of insanity that goes on in that little community.
Well, I mean, if he's going after, well, the anti-LGBT thing would be one thing, but if we've got some of the these other conspiracies might draw in, I guess, various skeptics from around here too.
Well, I think he's a closet gay because he's obsessed with the LGBT community. Like, his favorite insults are tranny and cocksucker, which he uses very often against people. Like, he calls everyone trannies, and even if they're not actually trans, and he just has a fucking obsession with the LGBT community. And,
well, I qualify as both, so I'm not fun using those against me.
Yeah, well, I will say this. I think, you know, because I'm a Christian, right? So I really feel that the people that are so vocal against a transsexual or a gay, like their entire identity is wrapped up in this type of stuff. I think you're right, Fresh, in what you said. They're probably closet, you know, in one way or another. It doesn't make any sense to me. Why would you make that about your entire message? So, yeah, I think you bring up a great point.
This guy, this free radio revolutionary, he's basically the atheism is unstoppable of the conspiracy crowd, because he has the same sort of style as him. He'll launch ad hominem attacks against anyone who disagrees with him, and he'll send his flying monkeys to sort of harass them. And he hates, just like AIU, he hates the fucking Young Turks. He has a massive hate going on for the Young Turks. Like, he makes tons and tons of videos about the Young Turks, and he absolutely hates them, and he calls them the dumb turds, and he thinks that they're part of this NWO conspiracy to take away your guns and turn your kids gay, essentially.
What's this person's channel again?
It's called New World Order Agenda, or New World Agenda, I think, or New World. Yeah, look up.
New World Agenda?
Yeah. It's got like an Illuminati or seeing eye profile picture.
Okay. And this is the anti-trans weirdo, right? So.
Yeah. Let's just go through some of this stuff. Look, BuzzFeed is evil. Slumber Party equals emasculation of the male. LGBT agenda. Let's see, where's another LGBT one? OMG, in the UK, 2-year-olds can express gender change. LGBT agenda. Let's see, woman claims to be a cat. I've heard of that one. The insane cat lady, and he also ties that into the LGBT agenda. Oh yeah, you know of this person on YouTube called Ingrid Nielsen, who came out as gay a few months ago. Remember, he's like a beauty person on YouTube. He hates her. He thinks she's part of a New World Order plot and he like faked her coming out and everything. And he's still talking about her. He says he's talking about how because she interviewed President Obama, and he's talking about how this was part of the NWO working hard to destroy heterosexuality. BuzzFeed, he likes BuzzFeed. BuzzFeed exposed LGBT agenda, promoting gay promiscuity, plus destroying humanity.
Gay promiscuity is destroying humanity, as he says?
Yeah. This one, LGBT agenda, singular they named word of the year. He or she is too offensive.
That's well, I guess a little bit tricky as far as yeah. it'll be good if I can get him to show up or something.
Oh, and he thinks the color purple. If the color purple shows up in an ad or something, then it's a secret code for the LGBT agenda, basically.
Mm.
Oh, look, here we
I haven't
go.
heard so.
Truth bomb, because these conspiracy theorists, they do things like they do this thing called truth bombing, where they'll link to a video and ask their followers to downvote it and leave negative comments. And this one says, BuzzFeed lesbian princess destroying normal values for LGBT agenda in all caps.
Okay, just do me a favor and don't lump all quote-unquote conspiracy theorists under one fucking umbrella.
Oh no, I believe some conspiracy theories. I'm just using it as a colloquial sense to describe these, truther types who believe everything's a hoax and that there's the New World Order trying to, turn people gay and shit, that sort of thing.
Oh.
All right, fair enough.
Okay. Looks like they go live on Supreme Lord Commander.
And he hates the amazing atheist, too. The drunken peasants that have played his videos before, so he just hates him. It's funny when he doesn't like someone, he goes all the way. He'll say the worst things about them. He hates them. Well, here's the famous Doritos Illuminati Rainbow Chips equals NWO LGBT agenda.
Hey, I'm a Christian, so I should be the last person to like TJ, but I enjoy him. I think he's entertaining. So.
Wow, it's
Oh yeah, he thinks that Nicole Laba, that Dear Fat People video that she made a while back that was really controversial. Well, he thinks that video was part of a conspiracy to promote the LGBT agenda.
I have never heard of it.
Really? You don't know who Nicole Laba is?
Nicole who?
Nicole Laba.
Arbor.
You don't know who she is?
It rings a bell. She's like a trans person?
No, she's a so-called comedian online who says some kind of controversial shit, but it's gotten into some a scandal because another YouTuber had these abuse allegations against her. Oh, look at this one by Transgender porn quickly growing in popularity, and then in all caps, NWO LGBT agenda exposed.
Maybe,
Yeah, it sounds to me like how many subs does this person have?
Well, they used to have about 63,000 on their main channel, but it got terminated, so they have another channel now. But they hide their sub count, so I'm not sure how much for. I don't know how much he had.
I got you. The reason I asked that is because they keep tagging that the NWL LGBT agenda thing at the end of every single video. I think it's clickbait. They're just trying to make money.
All their videos, or all his videos have extremely clickbaity titles, and he also does things like he does game let's plays and he reviews movies and stuff. He does a lot of stuff to get attention.
Yeah, that's what it seems to me, because it doesn't matter what side you're on, right? That clickbait is something that I think a lot. Well, I mean, for example, on my side, the Vigilant Christian. I mean, come on.
Well, the Vigilant Christian is actually a friend of this guy, this Jeff C. guy. They've done hangouts and stuff together.
It doesn't surprise me. He's trying to make some money off their videos. Welcome, Concussed. Or, sorry, Albatross.
Hi, Road.
Just
Fresh. Sorry, I haven't met you before, as far as I know.
yeah. Well, maybe I should
Of course, I'm Nadia.
promote the NWO LGBT agenda myself.
Hey, go for it. You know, you need the money, Nadia. You do. So go for it.
Well, I guess there's a changeover at 2 a.m., so. You can always adjust the title then.
Oh, you mean for the other hangout? Because you just started this one. Okay, gotcha, yeah.
There's precisely nobody in the chat.
7 viewers, so. It's, they're all on the other one, which I think has like 31, yeah. Those aren't exactly very high numbers, so.
Well, I'm sure it would go. The view count and that shit would go up really quick if I started screaming about what I believe and getting really pissed off. So, you know, I think you get it around here, Nadia. People love this drama. They love. I mean, did you see how many viewers that Fiona had for that whole deal with G-Man?
I got up to the upper 90s, I think.
Yep.
I didn't see it break 100, though.
It's what they like around here, you know? They want the shit being flung across the wall. It's what they like.
Oh. I don't know, is this, what is it, New World, Free Radio Replay.
Oh, yeah, that's another one of his channels. But his main channel is called New World Agenda. He was once known as Free Radio Revolution.
Yeah.
His logo used to be like the deviant swirl with a globe in the middle. And now it's used to into like an Illuminati, all-seeing eye thing.
Yep. Well, Supreme Lord Commander and like two has variations on Free Radio Revolution, like classics and uncensored show up.
Yeah, he has had several channels in his time.
Fresh, did you mention Red Pill Revolution?
Yeah, he's known as Truth Media now. He's a bit crazier than
I remember that channel.
He's a bit crazier than Jeff C, because he believes that the whole space program is fake and that the Earth is concave and we live inside it.
What was his new name again?
Truth Media Revolution. He has like a microphone as his profile picture.
Truth Media Revolution. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember Red Pill Revolution. It was like a bunch of MRA types, I think, on there, right?
No, that's Red Pill. That's the different Red Pill thing. That's like Red Pill is in. That's a portion of the manosphere that's it's sort of affiliated with pickup artists.
Okay.
But that had nothing to do with this channel. It just happened to have the same name. You know, take the red pill as a metaphor. You know, they like the Matrix. These conspiracy types. Like there's another one called White Rabbit, which is another Matrix reference, or if you go further back, an Alice in Wonderland reference. But this guy White Rabbit has also referenced the Matrix many times, and he's another sort of Christian truther type. And he believes that the Earth is the center of the universe, but it's not flat.
White Rabbit.
Yeah, White Rabbit.
Yeah, for myself, geocentrism. I'm not sure about that one. My opinion, but you know, not too radical for me.
I do know of a Christian truther called The Message, who I've had some interaction with her, but she has a channel called The Message, which is quite small, which I suggest you would check out. But she is she's accepting of the LGBT community. She has several videos supporting transgender rights and going into the science behind it. And she also, I think, has some weird ideas about the shape of the Earth. I think she believes it's concave or something, but she seems like a nice person. I've been trying to get her onto a hangout on my channel for some time, but yeah.
Well, the hating on anybody is completely unbiblical. Totally. You know, sometimes they want to take from the Old Testament, sometimes they want to take from the New Testament, but Christ said, two greatest commands, love God, love your neighbor as yourself. That sums up the whole law and the prophets. I don't think they're actually listening to that statement, but anyway.
Well, of course. Well, Jeff C isn't actually a Christian, so you can tell he like swears heaps in his videos and stuff. But all the other ones I've mentioned are Christians. But there's another group these people don't like and are bashing constantly. And I think you can probably guess which group that is.
Well, I curse like a motherfucker, so.
But you can guess which is the other group they don't like, right?
No, I'm not really following it.
Well, it's the evil Jews, of course.
Oy.
Yeah.
Okay.
A lot of them don't like Jews one bit. They really don't like Jews.
God, the internet is like a clusterfuck of weirdness. I don't know.
A lot of these people don't like Alex Jones because they think Alex Jones is a Jewish shill, right? And they call him Alex Jonestein.
Well, I've actually had the privilege to speak to Alex Jones personally, and
Really?
He's a good guy.
When did you speak to him?
When? Going back about 4 years now.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I had some shit happen to me in terms of, constitutional rights about starting a radio show and stuff. And
well, these truthers or conspiracy types or whatever you want to call them online, Alex Jones is one of their main targets of hatred. Like, they really, really don't like Alex Jones. And another one is Mark Dice. They really hate him because they don't talk about things being a hoax and constantly all these shootings being fake and that sort of thing. So that they don't like them. They think they're gatekeepers. So yeah, those are two people who are sort of in the conspiracy crowd that they really hate.
Yeah, I remember we went through a whole thing with Arcane about Bill Hicks supposedly being Alex Jones in disguise, or maybe it was the other way around.
A lot of people think there's a guy called Caliber Hitter, who I don't know if you've heard of him, but he believes Alex Jones is Bill Hicks. He also believes that Mark Dice is River Phoenix. He believes that there's this other guy in the who has this on the conspiracy scene called Christopher Green, and he thinks he's actually Brandon Lee. And he thinks that people in Hollywood fake their deaths and become these truthers. And then he's been known to attack and cyberstalk other conspiracy theorists because it's been suspected that he's actually pretending to be a conspiracy theorist in order to get revenge on the conspiracy theorists online because his sister was driven into psychosis by something she saw online, which is suspected that it was some sort of conspiracy theorist thing. And so it's suspected that he is acting really crazy in an attempt to get revenge on the people who caused that. But that's just speculation.
Holy shit, that's like 8 different levels of conspiracy.
Yeah.
Well, doesn't surprise me entirely. So, well, which ones are safe to interact with? And
Well, the message, she's nice. You could get along with her probably, but most of these people are just cunts, really.
most of them are just what?
Terrible, terrible fucking cunty people. They're just, assholes.
I am not 100% sure which channel is theirs.
The message, she has sort of like a white dove holding an olive branch as her avatar. I think it says the message on there.
White dove holding an olive branch. Okay, not scales. Well, not on the first page. It's for a search.
Wait,
For the
can you
message.
share your screen? Can you share your screen to see what comes up when you search the message?
Oh, whoops! I'll back up a page. Screen share real quick. And please tell me nothing bad will come up here.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Like go up. Oh yeah, no, it's see the one with the. Oh, I forgot it wasn't holding an olive branch. It's the one with the heart and the peace symbol.
Okay. That she's not got very many subscribers.
No.
Okay. Yeah, there's I guess a little bit of NWLGT agenda. It seemed like there were people beating down my door, but apparently not actually wanted to come in. In the meantime, well, let me see if I can recruit some others. Okay, no comments. And how do people even make anarchist communism work? Okay, second hangout where I'm talking at. Oh wow, spacebar didn't work here. It's not exactly average. I don't know offhand what they say this is. Oh, the GOP debate tonight. Somebody says, you look ugly AF. Who is AF? Anyway, I'm trying to bring people over, but from what I'm hearing, I don't think they've landed yet. So. Okay, I'll just come back to here. I think we're just having like I don't know, just like unfounded or improperly reasoned kinds of positions or whatever it is. So maybe more of the issue than just kind of what side of everything they fall into. Well, maybe not there's really that hard and fast distinction anyway. I mean, basically, I mostly get like the anti-feminists like yawning at me or whatever. So, well,
like I said, I'm not really an anti-feminist, but I sort of move in some anti-feminist circles. But you know, I don't really like when people say, you know, pick a side and commit yourself to an ideology like that.
Pick one. I don't know if supposed to like scream and yell or do a dance or whatever.
Well, I hadn't heard of this Supreme Lord Commander. He actually plays live streams video games and talks about the Illuminati.
He actually plays a what?
Oh yeah, I forgot. This guy is Jeff C's channel. Yeah.
Yeah, apparently.
Yeah,
He's
really
on live hangouts, yeah.
I haven't really looked at this. I haven't really looked at this gaming channel before. So I didn't know it was cool. I heard he's done Let's Play. Yeah. He's really doing this. He's doing this for shekels, I'm sure. GTA 5 live stream blocked worldwide by Take-Two. NWO LGBT incentives. It's not because you're exposing the LGBT agenda, it's because companies are dicks and they often block things that contain their content, right? It happens to all sorts of fucking people. I mean, it's not unique to people who are trying to expose the LGBT agenda or whatever.
He got blocked by who again?
Some company, it was a GTA 5 live stream, got blocked. And he thinks it was because he was exposing the LGBT agenda.
What?
And it's certainly not because of like copyright bullshit or anything, it's because he was exposing the LGBT agenda.
Whose LGBT agenda?
Them, the New World Order.
Oh, those bastards.
The sinister men behind the curtain.
I see now. Okay.
And that reminds me of this guy was doing one of his intros. He's always like, hey, how are you doing? It's Jeff C. I hope you're all doing well. And in one of his intros, he was like, hey, how are you doing? It's Jeff C. Hope you're all doing well. Hope you haven't turned gay yet. Because he thinks that people are like turning gay right by the second. He's really paranoid about this sort of thing.
It's fucking ridiculous, but I do believe that there are men behind the curtain, and they don't have your best interest at heart.
Well, I would tend to agree, but I don't think they're necessarily completely behind the curtain. I think a lot of this comes into the public arena.
Exactly, which is why it's not a quote-unquote conspiracy theory, it's a conspiracy fact.
Yeah, well, I would agree.
Oh, there's a question regarding, I guess, what particular actions they've taken, but still. As from there's like I guess 9/11 is probably the biggest one, yeah.
But this idea that there's a coordinated like LGBT agenda plot doesn't even make much sense, because I mean, if you watched Fox News, right, I mean, they're constantly going against rights for transgender people. Like that's not real. Doesn't really fit in with this whole idea that there's a coordinated plot to turn us all into like LGBT or something.
I wish it was. Yeah.
I mean, Fox News is Illuminati too, according to them. So why are they opposing this LGBT agenda? They're a part of it.
Yes, they're, what is it? The gatekeepers of the anti-LGBT stuff, whatever.
Yeah, they like to use that word gatekeeper.
I usually hear it in a very different context.
You know who?
And that's what there's.
People I hear using. The other people I hear using the word gatekeepers are SJWs. Funnily enough.
Oh.
Yeah, because they say that like people who, people who are like in the third wave feminist movement, but they aren't. Oh, people who are proclaimed to be third wave feminists, but they don't intersectionalize properly, as they call it. Like they don't focus on, they don't do intersectionality well enough. They'll call them a gatekeeper.
Okay, I haven't heard that. It's interesting.
The sense of the word gatekeeper I hear usually is with respect to basically gender transition, all that. I guess it's a strategy toward impeding or whatever it is, gender transition, or access to the medical treatments that would go into it. Usually on the grounds of, usually on the parts of like psychological, psychiatric, whatever kinds of, I guess, people have to sign off on it. I think you have a little doggy barking.
Oh yeah.
Unless that's you, in which case you'll have to teach me how to bark as a bird.
No, I have dogs. But, you know, if you go by my avatar, I'm a bird too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Where's Flip? Is that what you were thinking, Nadia?
Yeah, pretty much. A birds of a feather session. Yeah.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah, we need Flip and Pseudo.
Absolutely. Get an entire flock in here. I feel I'm sure people are seeing both videos on my channel or something. Let me see.
Did you put the join link in the description? You sure about that?
Yeah, I'm very sure. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I look at 124 and I see. Yeah, join links right there.
I know there are some Christians who argue that the Bible says people are born gay or something like that. Like they I don't know. They talk about like natural born eunuchs or so. I haven't listened to them talk about it much,
Yeah.
but
Matthew chapter 19, verse 12. Yeah. There's a little bit of trouble there. I mean, there were some different words used for. Basically, gay people, whatever. Although they kind of, sort of, mostly imply like bottoms and like the. Somehow I didn't really see the tops as like being distinct from like straight guys, right? So the big one was conitis.
well, I'm no biblical scholar, so you probably know more about that than me.
Well, my problem is that a lot of people like to take Paul's words over Christ in the Gospels, and Christ told us that there are two commands. Two. You do these two, you sum up the entire law and prophets into it. And I'm just repeating myself at this point. Love God, love your neighbor as yourself, which is everybody. That's all we're commanded to do. So, you know, I think there's a lot of peripheral issues that are brought up that don't need to be. That's it. I mean, if you want to believe, that's all you have to do. Just believe in God and treat people like you want to be treated. You know? And that's a whole other discussion. Sure, there's BDSM people that want to be beat to shit like Nadia, right? That's fine. That doesn't mean, okay, that everybody wants to be treated that way. Okay? So, you know, I mean, it's really simple. The gospel is, it does have to do with believing that Christ came here to die for your sins, and that it does. But the way that we should act is very simple. It really is.
Well, if all Christians interpreted the Bible that way, I think the world would be a much better place, needless to say.
I agree.
Okay, well, I have a funny like neologism I use, which is arsenekotai. Basically, the old Septuagint for I think Leviticus 18:22. Arsenekotai, whatever the verb form of it is. Yeah, kind of almost appear side by side, and then apparently Paul runs with that, just says man better or something like that. Kotai is to bed, same source for coitus, right? And then arson is man, or one of the various words for man. So man better, okay, is that. And they kind of use that kind of as a substitute word for a top. And then Malakos is kind of a weird choice of words. Because conitis is out there and a lot more common as far as I can tell.
You know, Nadia, you are quite a wordsmith. You have quite a large vocabulary.
Oh?
Yeah. I remember you DM'd me something on Twitter earlier, which it seemed like you were almost trying to show off your large vocabulary. I had to look up what some of those words meant.
Yeah, she's an amazing linguist. That's why I keep telling her you should probably write a book. But anyway.
Well, I mean, my style of writing's not really seem to be. I don't know. It's there's kind of a trend in I guess the medical fields for more of plain language and such, and I'm not one to. That's kind of not my direction and such. So I would be more along the lines, perhaps of Judith Butler, so that I could, in some ways, express things more naturally my own way. You know. So that kind of field might be more productive than one like computer science or something. And I think I just lost my headset, so I am not hearing you. Yeah.
You hear me?
Bear with me, I'm not hearing you.
And godless.
Okay, I should be able to hear you now, even though Bluetooth daemon needs restarting.
Yeah, well, I'm probably gonna have to leave soon. But nice talking to everyone here.
Yeah, great chat, buddy.
I couldn't quite hear that.
He said he might have to leave soon.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, there are times when the viewership does shift over, but may have been that I started this too late at night.
Nah, they want to listen to Mina and Godless.
They want to listen to Mina and Godless.
You know, I like that stuff.
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, all right, have a good night, Fresh. Oh. Yeah, I mean, the audience doesn't really see me as women either, so.
Yeah, you're right about that. Majority of them don't.
Did I lose my headset again?
No, we're here.
I can hear you. I don't know if you can hear me.
I hear you. Okay. You're a big fan of the 8? I'd really rather you didn't. What is that?
Oh, it's from Pastafarianism. It's basically its equivalent of the Ten Commandments.
Oh, I see.
But it's quite nice. I think it's got the right message. Things like the first one. I'd really rather you didn't act like a sanctimonious holier-than-thou ass when describing my noodly goodness. If some people don't believe in me, that's okay. Really, I'm not that vain. I mean, I know it's a bit of a parody of major religions, but I find it hard to object to the message.
Pride cometh before a fall. There's no doubt about that one.
And someone's spamming an external chat somewhere. Oh yeah, I got 14 minutes before I have to change over. Yeah. Okay, I can't quite figure out exactly who's spamming me. My cell phone's having a tough time connecting to the Wi-Fi for an upgrade. So I'm a little bit worried about the... oh boy. A little bit worried about the quality of the connection here and such. Am I still connected now? Okay. Fingers crossed. Sometimes the day's just here, so okay. Well. Well, it actually connected to Wi-Fi. And of course the connection's still on whatever. I put out a call to my religion circles and I came with that. Okay. What's the ideal title of this? NWO LGBT agenda. Endorsed or something? Okay. Now let's look and see who else is running what, and then try and fish out more of ancillary data from what was this guy's name? Oh, Pimp Monks is running a show. Ouch. I am
Who the hell is Pimp Monks?
I'm not sure. Well, I was told that keeping up with that might be useful. Okay, your world agenda. And okay. Okay, let's see what this. All it says is we'll do it live. That's not very informative.
Bill O'Reilly, we'll do it live. It's funny. Yeah, Albatross. Yeah, South African internet. I hear you. I have a Skype buddy in South Africa, and it's tough. I hear you.
Yeah, it's not fun. I don't know if the CCOM cable is still down or if they fixed it now, but for a while they were using failovers, and that made it a lot slower.
Yeah, I got you.
Okay, I guess. Okay, was it I promote or something like that? Or endorse or something? Okay, let's start with it. 2 a.m. Say 10 a.m. is the end time.
You know, Nadia, when you brought that 4chan guy in here, he like blew up the room. Got a lot of views from that. So perhaps it would be a good idea for you to post more of your hangouts on 4chan, in more groups and stuff like that. You know.
Can I do this fast enough? That's the question. Not everything's just a matter of my own speed, but our matters of the speed of my system. So. Bear with me, I'm trying to get through. And all right, new ones. I endorse the NWO LGBT agenda. There we go.
I'm sure that'll get some clicks.
Might not. Yeah, there's a. That's the idea of the NWO sign me up. Ouch. That went right up my nose. Okay, I need to get back in that call.
Yeah, just really quick, a suggestion, Nadia. If you have a lot of packing peanuts in the room that aren't talking, you got a mod. You know what I mean? I know you don't want to kick them, but I think it's going to help your room if you do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Might get awkward, but yeah.
I
Please. Packing peanuts are not as good for softening things as albatrosses are.
Oh, of course.
Actually trying to be serious here, but anyway.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry. Go on.
I think the majority of them won't mind, Nadia. You know?
Yeah, just kind of the AR thing, but yeah. Okay, I don't think they can see or hear me or whatever. If you can hear me, this link's a new one in the sidebar. No, they can't hear me. It basically crashed. Come on, I gotta just slowly change over.
Yeah, just tell them, change over, give them the link. They'll go.
Oh, Amon's solid. So.
Yeah. Tell him to let them know.
Okay. Yeah, it's expiring in seconds. So. Yeah, you betcha.
I'll just give you an example here, really quick, Nadia. All right?
Mm-hmm.
I love art. Art's awesome. But he spends like hours upon hours upon hours in your room. He's like a floating fucking turd here. You know what I mean? If you see that type of stuff, you gotta get it out. You know what I mean? It's like emptying a commode, right? If there's too much shit in it, you gotta pour it down the toilet. You know. But there's a lot of that type of stuff that goes on in your room, and I think it bogs you down. That's all I'm saying. That's all.
Yeah. Definitely. Okay, I get the link out to everybody. It's over here.
And that's albatross. That's all good. Just be conscious of it, like in the future, because if you got a full room and you got nothing to add, you should leave. You know, like Joe Sunseed, he does that constantly. If he is listening to the room, he's like, I don't want to talk about anything here. He leaves like immediately. You know, it's just it's courtesy. That's all.
I'm the one who can't leave. Sorry, go ahead.
No, that was just a short agreement from me. Go on.
Oh, I may be the worst offender because, well, I can't leave. I mean, you can see me on camera just like sleeping.
Well, Nadia, you're the hostess with the mostest, so you got to be here.
Exactly. Yeah. I get away with it, so to speak.
Indeed, indeed.
Oh, over here. Uh-oh. Okay. Browser unresponsive. Okay. Also have the other one set up, and here we go. So, let's which pastor? I guess these keywords show something interesting. The target says cool title, not yet. Okay. Oh. Yeah, the target is right.
I suspect he's I love Jesus.
Oh, well, that's I think that for sure. Well, who I love Jesus is still a question in of itself. Oh, somebody's here. Exactly who and where, which hangout is a bit of a question. Okay.
So nobody's jumping into the new hangout, Nadia. They're just sticking in the off air, or what's happening there?
No, most of them changed over. Yeah.
Okay.
There are a few people who I guess were asleep or something. But I'm getting notifications from somewhere. I can't tell exactly where. Benneberry says submit to my question, whatever. Wow, I really can't move right. I need to get like a Fintarian or something. Yeah. When is asshole under the stairwell? Is he Harry Potter? And someone just joined us here? No. It's gotta be a notification from some kind of external text chat. Can't really see which one.
Nadia, is your newest hangout filled up?
Not entirely. It's
Okay, you might.
actually got enough room for all of us. Yeah. What's that?
I'm sorry. You might want to shut this one down because it looks like nobody's going to join it, and just focus on that one. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I can get you guys link in the sidebar or whatever. Yeah, I'll just give up. Yeah, I'll just. We've got more viewers right now than that one. Anyway. Hey viewers, switch over to the other one. I'll give you the YouTube link for that. Hang on.
See you on the other side.
Absolutely. Okay. So, I really do not move right. It's like. Weight gain or whatever is like. Distorted me so badly. Okay, 12 viewers. Hopefully, you guys go to the new one. All right, 12 viewers. We have another hangout. I put the link in to the actual video in the live chat for this one, so you should be able to follow it right there. Otherwise, you can just go to my channel and it'll show up as being the other one live. I'm gonna take this one off air, so I think that one might be a good idea. Okay, are you ready? Please don't tell me most of you are asleep. Okay, well. Good idea. Oh, wow. Oh, this is not exactly. Mm. Oh, that's brilliant. Well, I think the approach I'd recommend toward well, yeah, the approach I would take toward the complete and total eradication. Um, uh, well, the approach I think is necessary to take toward the complete and total eradication of the religion of Islam is to comprehensively deconvert every last adherence. wow. I can't believe like I like the way my guts in the way of just me like bending at the waist actually makes me like move more masculinely, just like when I'm sitting down. It's like nuts. Well, I actually am seeing myself on video, and it's a pretty unpleasant sight. So, yeah, some kind of joke. I don't remember. Do you remember what the joke was? Of course, I'd be getting the fat. Yeah, yeah. Whether it's a porn or I don't know what doctor here. Mine will be probably closer to factory farm. So. Yeah. Well, unfortunately, I won't be. I won't. I'd rather be genetically modified, but unfortunately, it's not quite there as far as technology goes. Darn it! They can't fix that Y chromosome. Give me some gene therapy. Yeah. Well, I'll have to throw in the Illuminati onto the next title. This one's just merely I endorse the NWO LGBT agenda. Next one, I'll have to glob Illuminati somewhere in the title too. Go ahead. No, it actually doesn't work. I tried clickbait keywords before. You don't think what happened again? No. Yeah, a bunch of these things just aren't working. Weird. Oh, we are true Christians anyway. What is it? Okay. I got a minor question. How is it that what is it? Some kind of like omnibenevolence or something would render it possible to, I guess, have evidence for an omnipotent God. Well, wouldn't an omnibenevolent or wouldn't an omnipotent God be able to use like any possible state of affairs to achieve some kind of greater good or something. Oh, okay. And what's that? Um, well, I think it follows from evidence, though. Exactly. Right. Yeah, but I mean, being able to, I mean, utilize like anything, any kind of like, I don't know, thing that might apparently be contrary to his character, toward ends that ultimately are consistent with his character, sounds to me more like, yeah. I mean, that's by dint of omnipotence, you kind of. Well, no. This is. Well, no. It's not. It's not the theist's defense. That's my argument against. It's part of my argument against the theists, saying that they ultimately are stuck with skeptical theism. Mm. Yeah, but it's not a evidential probable evil. It's rather just flat out omnipotence, right? Yeah. Mm. Mm. I'm not sure that. Yeah, I'm not sure that there's any kind of logical inconsistency that would come about from, I guess, utilization toward, I guess, other ends or whatever. Yeah. And no. Things that are apparently malevolent being, utilized toward ultimately benevolent ends, right? Is there anything logically contradictory or whatever about that? Hmm. Uh-oh. Okay, let's leave that for Justin. Yeah, discussion drop. Okay. Oh. I did not hear what you asked. We hear you now. Well, it's not the account that's a ghost; it's the connection. Well, yes, of course, because that was a ghost connection, right? So we can't, yeah, eject it by force, so to speak, because of course well, it'll ban the account, right? Well, yeah. After you eject something, forcefully terminates connection, the connecting account has a quote unquote ban for the hangout put on it, right? So yeah. Well, we can't force the ghost to disconnect. Sorry, go ahead. Yeah, is that a partial derivative, I presume? Okay, well. Yeah. Is there? Okay. This kind of like logical possibility thing is. I mean, I guess it. What's that? Mm. Well, I guess the kind of, attempt to go force metaphysical theism goes by did of the well, uh, actually, I guess squishiness of these kinds of intentions and such. I mean, yeah, utilizing something that has kind of a apparent malevolence toward benevolent ends is difficult to say. It's not logically possible. Right? If we were, it was far enough back that I was muted and didn't hear the conversation. Okay, so yeah, I don't know how good of a defense or whatever that is of it's kind of like an argument. Yeah. I mean, yeah. Obviously, being presumed logically possible to prove otherwise is not quite sufficient as an argument. Okay. Was it these affairs of the world actually somehow reflect the nature of God is also a question, because the manner of the way they reflect the character of the God is going to not necessarily be straightforwardly anticipated. Well, that's kind of oh, yeah, you can, yeah, you can, yeah, you can. Yeah. It's all science, it's philosophy. Yeah, this is like quibbling over commas and this is quibbling over a comma and particular branch of the dialectic, right? So, am I still connected? Okay. Oh, okay, that's new. Mm.
Did a pretty good Smeagol impression. Actually, I like Smeagol better.
Yeah, Smeagol's a little more likable.
You can also do Smeagol's more fun. You can also do Jar Jar Binks.
Please don't.
Ocean, can you please say now that smells stinko whiff in Jar Jar Binks' voice?
That smells stinko whiff. Holy shit.
Oh
Yes.
So, you to mean Gungan's gonna get pasted?
That's gonna die.
Oh my goodness.
Well done. Well done.
This is so scared right now. This is making noises. This is not used to be making.
Oh my goodness. It's killing.
Okay, you left 2 viewers. I'll have to switch over. Grady, you're probably asleep anyway. Yeah, I'll just leave it going till it's 0.
Life, but I don't really remember much from it. Life of Brian is one of my favorites. So. Life of Brian and Monty Python and the Holy Grail are like my Python.
Of course.
And there's select skits as well. The Argument Clinic is fantastic.
That's my favorite. That's actually my absolute.
Which is tight. You can tell what I told you.
Mhm. Well, I'd settle for just being able to, I don't know, sound like I really should. I don't need a repertoire or whatever. Oh, I find your lack of faith disturbing. Eh. Mm. Oldman. Mm. Yeah. What about the well, I mean, does I don't know, these various actors and all that have anything to do with the truth of the fact that there are no such things as gods? What's that? Yeah. So Welcome, Bickle. It's the I endorse the NWO LGBT agenda. Yeah, well, yeah. And it's like a new world agenda, whatever it is. Seems to make a lot of things saying there's a NWO component to all this LGBT affair. So, yep, there does need to be a new world order. One where I guess LGBT people are maybe not quite as deep as shit. What's that? Yeah. Oh dear. Oh wow, it's fucking freezing out here. Yeah, I'm freezing. I am freezing over here in Staten Island. I think it's like yeah, it's like 32 Fahrenheit or 0 Celsius. Exactly freezing. It used to be a built-in thing that they had apps that does the black and white effect, but anyway, it used to be a built-in filter in the Hangout app that did black and white effect. Oh, they moved it. Okay. Well, let me check out Google Effects. So, mm, mm. I thought he did drop out.
our liberal issues. You know.
I don't think he wants to defund Planned Parenthood. For one, but everybody else seems to. Another, he's fairly liberal on the war issue. Doesn't want to put boots in the ground. Those are examples. He's not for. He wants to keep. He doesn't want to like drastically lower taxes. He wants to do budget balancing. He's not really interested in doing a lot of war spending.
All right, Ocean. Question, because this is your response will inform my own. If it's Bernie v. Trump, who are you voting for?
Bernie. I'm a Bernie supporter. Even though I'm a Republican, I'm a Bernie supporter.
Cool. All right.
We've got crossover appeal like massive. I'm a Republican, but I'm getting sick and tired of Republicans not supporting things that are traditionally Republican, like universal health care or marriage equality.
Trump is for universal health care, by the way. But anyway. No, he's made that statement. So
he has made that statement, but he's also made the statement that he wants to do the elimination state lines thing and have a bunch of insurance companies compete for your dollars rather than having everybody locked up in states. He's even said that he wants to pretty much go to war on insurance companies, but he's I support universal health care. Trump does not, but Trump he's not stating it now.
All right, follow up.
Make a quote in like the early 2000s or the 90s. I'm saying that.
Gotcha. Follow-up question.
Yep.
Hillary or Trump?
Hillary or Trump? Third party. I'm voting Vermin Supreme with that up.
You're throwing the fucking vote away, man.
I don't care.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
Voting with purpose.
A third party will never win.
Voting with purpose.
Oh.
I'm not voting for Vermin Supreme that he'll win. I'm voting for him as a protest vote.
That's a waste of time, though.
Yeah, I'm not voting at all. I'm voting for my local elections.
It makes the statement that, look, I am somebody who shows up to vote. What have you provided me with? Nothing. You've given me a crazy candidate and a candidate that I can't trust. I'm not going to put my name behind either one of them. So I'm voting for Vermin Supreme. Because I would rather vote for the guy that has a zombie apocalypse plan and toothbrush law and free ponies than Donald Trump or Hillary Clinton.
I have a question, though. Between Trump and Bernie, what makes you think that Bernie is more qualified to actually execute his plan?
He's held public office before. Trump hasn't. There's one. One of many. Bernie's also been
all the more reason that I would support Trump over him. But anyway,
I understand that, but also, as far as Bernie goes, yes, he's a career politician. Yes, he didn't really have a paycheck, like giving job until he started working in government. However, the guy has been completely consistent throughout his political career, and has a long history of reaching across the aisle, getting shit done, and paying for his own bills as they get through. Like, he puts forward a bill that advances a social program. The bill includes payment for it, and every single one of them finds something that actually pays for the bill. And he's gotten thousands.
Very good argument. Yeah.
And he certainly hasn't used his office to enrich himself,
No.
whereas a lot of politicians do.
Right.
My question is, he wants to raise taxes and stuff, but how is he actually going to get the money if all of his predecessors have failed to do so?
Failed to raise taxes?
Well, failed to actually get the money to come in, even when they do raise taxes.
What are you talking about?
So, like, when they hike up the tax rate, the rich people, they're stupid. They just hire accountants to hide the money.
Oh, right.
They wind up expanding their companies more, so they can pay less taxes. That's what happens. It winds up being an economy booster.
Exactly correct.
What?
You're saying that higher taxes is an economy booster?
Yeah.
I don't think that's been shown to be the case.
It has been shown to be the case time and time again.
FDR, Eisenhower, both of them extremely high tax rates. Both of them great economies.
Wasn't that during World War II period? Or am I thinking the wrong president?
Eisenhower was not during World War II. He was general during World War II. He was not. His presidency was not during World War II. FDR was. But that tax rate was a part to pay for the war effort, but also the way you did. Nobody paid 90% tax. You had.
Right, so you're taking the time period right after the war where the United States was functionally the only economy left.